Hi everyone, I'm Ziya. Our group name is Efficient. So I'm gonna move into the introduction chapter, which is the chapter 1. At the first, we move into the project background. In 2005, Malaysia produced about 7.34 million of solid waste, which 35% of them is recyclable, but only 3 to 5% of them are actually processed. And also, Malaysia PET bottles, which is plastic bottles, recycling rate is lower than other 6 ASEAN countries studied. So it's necessary to develop a new way to increase the rate of recycling of plastic bottles. One of the methods used is using reverse vending machine method as a key to spread recycling concept to the people and also make recycling a convenient way to make more people to use the device. So I'm gonna talk about what are the problems faced for the current or existing product. The existing product used for recycled plastic bottles is using recycle bin, but it's very inconvenient in many places as it will take a very large place to put it, and also it will require a lot of maintenance and workers to come to collect the plastic waste regularly. So, as I mentioned just now, reverse vending machines is a new convenient way to encourage the recycling behavior among people, as it can replace the traditional method for collecting recycling plastic bottles. Our objective of the project is to study the can crusher shredders based on each mechanism, and second, to improve the can crush or shredder so it can be put in the vending machine. And our scope of project is we will use CAD software, which is SolidWorks, to improve the shredder. Second, we will find out a better mechanism for can shredder. Third, we will renovate the product of shredder using bending process, welding process, and other manufacturing process. And fourth, the research method for our project is using questionnaire. And this is our group logo. And this is our organization chart. Our director is Tan Kok Leong, followed by design engineer Chong Yi Hong, R&D engineer Amali, product manager Nur Aizatu Nabila, and me, marketing manager Ziya.
Design process is the conceptual design. Under the conceptual design, we need to identify the customer needs, we need to identify the problems, and we need to gather the information using from the internet or from the patents. And second, the second phase of design process is the embodiment design. For embodiment design, we need to identify the functions that make up the products. And then the third phase for design process is detail design. For the detail design, we do a detailed engineering drawings that's suitable for manufacturing.
Hello guys, my name is Chong Hyong. So now I will continue to talk about chapter 2, define tasks. So in this chapter, we will make a comparison of product from pattern search. So there are 3 types of pattern we found online, and we do the comparison to find out the pattern strength and the weakness for a reference for our project. And second one is a benchmarking of product specification from commercial product. So as the same, we also found 3 types of product online that existing in the market now to make a benchmarking of the product specification.
Structure, the inputs is from the sensor signal, and the output is the process of shredding down the cans and plastic bottles, which is the process is from the shredder blades. Concept map of can and bottle crusher. It consists of cost of original product, uses of product, reduce pollution, produce scraps, cost of recycling, and price of scraps. morphological chart, we choose the combination 3, which is the convert of energy is DC motor, the crusher is the shredder, drivetrain is the gear and shaft, energy control is the switch button, power source is the electricity, body material is the stainless steel, and the bearing system is the deep groove ball bearing. We have the sketching of our selected design.
Assalamualaikum, I'm Amir binti Noor, metric number CD160011. So I would like to present the chapter 3, which is conceptual design. So my part is 3.4, concept evaluations. In concept evaluations, decision making is regarded as the cognitive process resulting in the selections of belief or course of actions among several alternative possibilities. Evaluation is a systematic determination wrought in significance using criteria by a set of standards. To select the base decisions, the score or mark will determine and compare with. In 4.2, configuration designs. Configuration designs is the next step after the main components conceptions of the product came out, which is the foundations of the conceptuals of the product with their predefined components that have different functions and interactions with each other. As the same meanings of the configurations, we will need to list out of the components in the conceptual design stage and determine the type of component it can be. The determinations or decisions configuration design can be aided by logical thinking. Consultations from professionals and group members also carried out as a set of tests to determine the properties of choice. By knowing the different advantages and properties of the options, we can choose the most suitable configurations of component based on our product requirement.
Now I would like to talk about the component analysis and selection. In this part, we have to do the analysis for the motor, gear, shaft, bearing, fastener, and failure analysis. By that, we can know the horsepower for the motor and the sizing for the other components and the safety factors for the product. In material selection, for gear, we select grey cast iron. Shaft and frame, we select stainless steel, and the bearing is chrome steel, and blade is alloy carbon steel.
Hi everyone, so let's move on to chapter 5, which is detailed design and product simulation. In this chapter, all the final decision and all the details of the design and the product itself will be determined and will be met in a conclusion. So to start off, we have list of components for the product which as detailed as possible. So as you can see, we have 14 components in our product, and we have put them all the components all together. We move on to the next one, which is the product simulation. So we assume an input torque of 150 Newton is required to shred down the plastic. So we took this test on the shredder shaft, which because the shaft will have to accept all the maximum force of the whole system. So at the first diagram, you can see that a 150 Newton meter torque is applied at the end of the shaft, and we can observe how it deforms. So the first one is the displacement graph, and also the second one is a static strength graph. Lastly, the third one is the von Mises stress distribution. As in the same time, we also can obtain then the yield strength of this product is 2.039 times 10 power of 8 Pascal.
So now I will continue to talk about chapter 6, prototyping. So prototyping is the process of building a model of a system. So for prototyping process, that can be categorized in 4 major processes: prototyping plan, define outline, executable prototype, and evaluation report. So we move to the next subtopic, prototyping assemble process time. So in our project, this time we doesn't have a real prototype. So we do a prototype based on a SolidWorks or a simulation. So this is a estimated duration time for the real prototyping process duration. So next, for testing requirement and checklist. So prototyping testing is a process of measuring the properties of performance of our design product. Here are testing requirements. So we need to test about the functional test, force test, and a reliability test. For checklist. A checklist is a type of information job aid used to reduce failure. So there are three types of checklists: component checklist, functional checklist, and possible failure checklist. So here are the three examples of the checklist for our project. So for the failure mode and effect analysis is a systematic predictive method for evaluation of project to identify where and how our desired product might fail and to assess the relevant impact of different failure. So in short form, it is called FMEA. So lastly, to the refinement and final product type. So here are the example of the prototype for our project.
So I will take the part of chapter 7, sustainability and environment considerations in engineering design. So sustainable engineering refer to the integrations of social, environments, and economic considerations into product, process, and energy system designs method. The master of engineering is sustainable engineering is multidisciplinary and managed by industrials and system engineering department. In this project, our designs was concerned is served with better way to utilize waste product or material which is recycled can and bottles for recycled vending machine. However, through the designs shredder machines, it can help everyone to reduce the usage of materials and minimize unnecessary energy for running the product. We use renewable resources in this designs product, it will able to minimize the environment impact as an environment friendly product. Thank you.
For cost evaluation, first is manufacturing cost. There are two types of costs, which are direct material cost and overhead cost. The total cost is 1,120 ringgit and 80 cents. Next is development cost. The development cost is 70 ringgit. So our selling price for the product is 1,500. Marketing strategy is one of the important things in business plan. There are some strategy we use for our product. By the product itself, it has a simple operation and small volume. We believe that it can attract the customer. We also provide a very reasonable and affordable price of the product. We will also having promotion by advertisement in media social like television, radio, Facebook, and Instagram. We also have sales promotion and personal selling. Next, we also provide 1-year warranty and also provide a service center in Batu Pahat. We have conducted a 3-year sales forecast for our product. We believe that we can sell 5 units per month in first year, 7 units per month in second year, and 10 units per month in third.
Have a more clear knowledge of how the product will look like and also the exploited view of the product. Let's enjoy the following video.